So you say you want to carry a Glock on campus? Well, in Texas, yeehaw, partner, you sure can. So, as of August 1st, 2016, Texas has approved concealed carrying of firearms on college campuses by licensed concealed carry permit holders. And, of course, the reaction has been nothing less than predictable. Protests over gun-free zones have now led to Texas warning professors that, if they try to ban handguns from their classrooms, they can now be disciplined for their refusal to accommodate the new law. Now, this issue doesn't directly affect me, what with being Canadian and all, but it does carry larger implications that could, with any luck, reach Canadian legislators who make decisions about our gun control laws. Why am I hoping that this happens here in the Great White North? Let me tell you a quick story. About a year and a half ago, when I was in college, our school went into a lockdown with the announcement coming out via the school's intranet that there was an individual on campus with a gun. Videos taken by students from top floor windows with cell phones showed a figure in a dark brown hoodie and jeans walking around with what definitely appeared to be a gun in his waistband. Understandably, everyone was extremely concerned. Now, at the time of the lockdown announcement, a group of friends and I were in a wing hallway very close to the main college entrance, and we immediately took off down the side access halls to barricade ourselves as far away from the main hallways and entrances as possible. We stayed there for almost 2 hours while the situation was playing out, just a couple of doors away. Now, the gun that everyone had panicked about was eventually found out to be an airsoft machine pistol replica, but none of us knew this at the time. We only knew that someone had been spotted on campus with a gun. We did what we could to barricade ourselves in the room deepest into the tech wing that we could find, and grab tools from one of the shop classes along the way in the event that we were confronted with a gunman. For 2 hours we sat, crouched in a dark maintenance room, praying that we wouldn't have to confront the gunman. And that's when my entire opinion changed about campus carry laws. You see, huddled in that room, we were faced with the horrifying reality that, despite having picked up hammers and other heavy objects along our way, we were laughably outgunned, for lack of a better term. If the gunman had have looked through the door's inlaid window, he would have seen half a dozen scared college students with mechanics implements and likely made short work of us by simply shooting through the windows. There was nothing practical we could do but hide and hope we just weren't found. In that moment, I realized that gun laws needed to change, especially in the US, regarding campus carry, if not in Canada as well. The feeling of utter helplessness, knowing that your feeble plans to defend yourself would ultimately do nothing to help you survive an encounter, that changes you. I thought to myself, if we were backed into this corner, and even one of us was carrying, that at the very least the gunman would be confronted with equal or comparable force, and that we wouldn't just be lambs waiting for the slaughter. Oh, but Viper, gun-free zones help keep people safe. No, they don't. I now adamantly believe that gun-free zones disarm otherwise lawful people and prevent them from being able to effectively defend themselves in a life or death situation. As my grandfather always said, a locked door only keeps out an honest man. If that person wants in, they're going to break the law to get in. If that person wants to bring a gun onto campus to shoot people, they're not going to care that they've put up a gun-free zone sign. I've also heard the objection to people being able to carry guns on college campuses because of the drinking that goes on there, but there are already laws that prohibit the carrying of a firearm in bars. And again, the people who willingly follow the law they're not the ones that you need to be concerned with. I know a lot of feminist and social justice warrior types like to play the whole "you need to listen to our lived experiences" card whenever someone disagrees with them. So fine, if that's your alignment, consider my story, and consider the experience that I shared with the 5 other people in the room with me, and the experiences of hundreds, possibly thousands of students on campus that day, who realized that there was nothing they could do if the gunman found them. Oh, but Viper, it was only an airsoft gun. It's not like it was a real gun. You're right, it was just a replica of a machine pistol. But how could we have known that? How could the police have known that? You don't play the odds on maybe it's not a real gun when someone reports a firearm on campus, plain and simple. Texas, I just want to say thank you for acknowledging the sad fact that so many students were going unprotected at college due to gun-free zones, and then taking action to resolve the issue. Thank you for putting the power of self-determination and the right to lawful self-preservation back into the hands of students who are formerly at risk of being the targets of a turkey shoot while trying to get an education and improve their chances later on in life. To everyone that disagrees with me, and there's sure to be plenty, go ahead and leave a comment, make a response video. I would love to have a little back and forth with you on this because it's a topic that I feel most people are sorely undereducated on, and I am willing to be the person to take that time and help educate you about it. Oh, and for those of you who are really concerned about the Texas campus carry laws, a couple of points to mention, and there will be a link in the description to campuscarry.utexas.edu. The law does not allow open carry on campus. All right, to expand on that, it deals only with the concealed carry of handguns by people who have a concealed carry license. It is now, and will still be, illegal to display a firearm in campus buildings, as well as on campus streets, sidewalks, walkways, etc. So essentially, if people are following this law, they won't be punished because no one knows the firearm is there. It's not something they're brandishing about. It's not all, cowboys, Wild West sitting right on the hip. All right, second point, a person must have a license to carry a concealed handgun on campus. All right, it's not just whoever wants to pick up your favorite 9mm and bring it on off to college. All right, it's not how this works. Okay, students must be 21 years of age at the very least to obtain a license to carry. Okay, the estimates are that fewer than 1% of UT students, so University of Texas students, have these licenses to carry. So you're not looking at a massive population, not going to be a huge increase, but in the event that there is a gunman on campus, that's a couple more people who might be able to help you out. UT staff and faculty members do not have authority to ban handguns from classrooms. Okay, in general, students with a license to carry have the right to carry a concealed handgun in classrooms. University of Texas staff and faculty members do not have authority to ban handguns from classrooms. Excluding handguns from classrooms would have the effect of generally prohibiting student license holders from exercising their right to carry and thus would violate state law. Says here, less than 500 students 21 and older live in on-campus residential halls. That's one of the really big concerns, people being in res, drinking, guns being around there, okay? License holders have been allowed to carry concealed handguns on campus, just not in buildings, for the last 20 years. The only change is that once you step through those doors, now you're allowed to still be carrying your concealed firearm. Before you weren't. SB 11, so basically the campus carry law, does not affect fraternity or sorority houses or other private residential facilities. They still get to make their own calls. And the law still makes it a crime, this is the really important one, for a license holder, even a license holder, to carry a concealed handgun while intoxicated. It's a Class A misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. So, if anybody would like to have a discussion based on the law, if you'd like to have a little back and forth here, totally open to it. I'd love to, maybe compare some experiences. If you've experienced something similar, we can get onto that. But I really think this is definitely considering the U.S. gun culture. I think this is something that was, sorely lacking and a long time coming. Well, here we are at the end of another video, and no better off for the experience. If you managed to make it this far, I'd invite you to check out the rest of the videos on my channel, organized into topic-based playlists to make your viewing that much easier if you have a particular preference. If you've enjoyed this video, or even if you didn't, I'd encourage you to leave an up or down vote along with a comment regarding what it is you liked or disliked about the video. I'm always appreciative of constructive criticism. Oh, and if you just want to troll and shitpost, totally cool as well. And finally, in the really off chance that you'd like to be notified whenever I come out with new videos, click on that big old red subscribe button in the low bar. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.